The Camp Nightwing nightmare may be over at the end of Fear Street Part 2, 1978, but Dina still has to witness the truth about Sarah Fear and the Shadyside Curse. The Fear Street trilogy's middle chapter serves as both a prequel and a sequel to Fear Street Part 1, 1994, as Dina and Josh turn to seek Berman, a survivor of the 1978 Camp Nightwing massacre, for answers that could free Sam from her violent possession. After Dina and Josh break into C. Berman's house and transfer a tied-up Sam to her bathroom, they sit down to hear the full story of Berman's encounter with the witch. Camp Nightwing used to exist on the grounds of the Shadyside Mall, which was built after the 1978 massacre in an attempt to bury the bloody past. The camp was attended by children from both Shadyside and its neighboring town, Sunnyvale, which is as wealthy and prosperous as Shadyside is riddled with bad luck and tragedy. C. Berman ultimately escapes Camp Nightwing at the end of Fear Street Part 2, 1978, but her sister and their Shadyside friends aren't so lucky. There are some big reveals and lingering questions in the movie's ending that set up the final pieces of the puzzle in Fear Street Part 3, 1666. Fear Street Part 2, 1978's Camp Nightwing story opens with Ziggy Berman fleeing a group of Sunnyvale bullies led by Sheila, who orders her minions to string Ziggy up from the hanging tree and then burns her arm with a lighter. Sheila is easy to loathe, but unlike the bullies in the 1970s horror classic Carrie, she doesn't pay for her cruel ways with her life, though she does get a bucket of bugs appended on her head. Sheila, Kurt, and the rest of the Sunnyvale campers escape Camp Nightwing with their lives because, for a reason that has yet to be made clear, Sarah Fear isn't interested in exacting revenge on the people of Sunnyvale. Alice and Cindy's investigation reveals that Shadyside and Sunnyvale were once a single colonial settlement called Union. After Sarah Fear was hanged as a witch in 1666, Union split into two towns that had very different fortunes. The Good family ended up on the Sunnyvale side, and in the Fear Street 1994 setting Nick Good is the local sheriff, and his brother, Will Good, is the mayor. The Good family is very wealthy and was responsible for building the Shadyside Mall on the old campgrounds. Fear Street Part 1 sketched out the rough details of Sarah Fear's curse. Before she was hanged by the townspeople, she was able to cheat death by cutting off her hand. Fear Street Part 2, 1978 delves deeper into the story, revealing that Sarah cut off her hand on Satan's Stone, scarring the land beneath it with the witch's mark. After discovering Sarah Fear's old cottage in the woods, Cindy, Alice, Arnie and Tommy descend into the cellar to find the ritual chamber that was shown at the end of Fear Street Part 1, with the witch's mark carved into the floor and the names of Sarah Fear's killers, including Tommy, carved into the wall.